This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I am back with yet another presentation today. My email's in the description. Let me know how you need help. If you need help one-on-one or if you want me to make other video topics, let me know and I will get right to it. And with that being said, it's time to demonstrate. Today's video is all about the fact that you have an internal world, as you may be recognizing now and seeing for yourself that the internal world is a lot more real than this external world. And I talk about it in my videos. If you're able to control your mind, you essentially control your life, because your life is a literal representation of your mindset, of what you have going on inside of you. So I'm going to start off this video, this demonstration, by saying if you wish to change your current situation, you must change yourself first, right? That frustration that you're going through right now, the hardship, those challenges, those obstacles right now that you're dealing with, that transformation that you're looking for, right? I have to say that you have to change yourself first, right? It's not about changing that other person. It's not about, changing what's outside of you. Change yourself first, because when you change yourself first, you become a catalyst. You become someone that other people can look up to and change themselves. Your situation will change itself. Your environment will change when you change. That's the secret, And thoughts are causes and conditions are the effects, right? Your causes are originated from your thoughts, and these create your conditions. So essentially what I'm saying is your current situation is, the aggregate sum of your thought processes, your paradigm, all of these things. So you created it for yourself, believe it or not. And that might be a hard pill for you to swallow, but don't worry, because one, it's not even your fault. You were just unaware of this growing up, but you're realizing it now. And two, you have the privilege to change this and leverage it and use it to your advantage to create your desired situation. That's how we're bridging the gap today, by exposing the fact that you do have that world within you and you can make that change. So your thoughts are creative, and your thoughts corresponds with its object. I say it in my videos, and I'm going to say it again. Your thoughts have the ability to manipulate physical matter. That's why you have that phone in your hand that you're using to listen to this presentation, or those headphones in that you might have plugged in. You might be in the gym or taking a walk, wherever it is. Your thoughts are the reason why you have these material objects in front of you that you're using to watch or listen to this presentation. So your predominant mental attitude is important. Your mindset is important. That's why this channel is all about controlling your mind. If your mind is filled with fear, scarcity, limitation, etc., you're scared of the government, you're scared of your environment, all of these things, it's going to reflect in your current situation. And so that's why you're in a situation that you don't like, because more than likely you've been living in fear. You've been living in these low negative vibrational this reality that's negative, that's keeping you stuck where you're at. Because remember, attention, grows where your energy goes. So if you're keeping your attention on things that are keeping you down, of course you're going to stay here and not segue over to your desired situation. So all you need to remember is that the world is literally you pushed inside out. And this means that your desired situation is already finished, because you can already think of it, right? So it's already done. And so you just have to be able to attract it, right? And the way you're going to do that is by aligning yourself internally with who it is that you want to become. So, it's all about positive versus negative thinking. You want to be able to weigh the scales of positive thinking over to the left and keep the scale of negative thinking up here high. So you want those scales leaning onto positive thinking, positive feeling states that are in alignment with who it is that you want to become, because the more you stay consistent in that, the more that your desired situation is going to materialize in real time. So again, remember that you're the sum of your own mental thoughts. But you might be telling me, oh, but Mekus, how do I entertain only the good thoughts and reject the evil ones? That's a good question, but what you need to do is stop entertaining the negative thoughts. Just forget them and replace them with negative thoughts. So that's why, it's important to watch the thoughts that come into your mind, because literally every thought that you have doesn't go unnoticed, right? So when you do have a thought that you don't like, it's important for you to recognize that thought, and see it for what it is and replace it with the thought that is in alignment with who it is that you want to become. So let's say you have a thought of, oh, I can't do this. Well, you can replace that thought of that you can't do this with, how can I get this done? What is a way that I can achieve this thing? Stop limiting yourself and saying that you can't do things. Why not, stack the odds in your favor, right? And think about ways that you can overcome self-limitation and self-limiting beliefs. So your inner body is as real as the subjective world of experience. Matter of fact, it's arguably realer. Your imagination is realer than what you see with your two physical eyes. So you need to consciously exercise and direct it in alignment to your desired situation, right? Again, it's all about positive versus negative thinking. Keeping yourself in alignment with who it is that you want to become. And the version of you in your desired situation knows this. That version of you knows this. They know that, your desired situation comes from your inner world as a thought. Just as you plant a seed, right, for a plant to sprout, the same thing aligns with your thoughts. Your thoughts are that seed, right? And your thoughts are eventually going to germinate into your reality like a seed germinates into a plant. Right. So hold in your mind your desired situation and affirm it as a fact. Live today, live right now as if you already have your desired situation. Obviously, don't be reckless, but, really speak into existence who it is that you want to be and really prove yourself right by taking the necessary actions and steps to become that person. Because when you do this constantly, your desired situation becomes part of you in real time. And I say it in my videos, it doesn't matter what is true. What is true is what you think is true, because over time it will become true. So keep on substituting thoughts of courage, thoughts of power, thoughts of self-reliance and confidence. You use those positive thoughts and replace those negative thoughts of fear, lack, and limitation. It's a game of consistency. You have to show up every day and do this for yourself. Because it's not something that is just going to happen at a snap of a finger. You really have to stick to it, and you'll be surprised of how fast things happen. You just have to stick with the process. And trust me, God is on your side and doing the absolute best to make sure you have the life that you want, right? The world moves in a logistical order, so everything will come in divine timing, right? So all you need to do in the meantime is live in the end, right? And boldly claim that your desired situation is done, because you already have it in your internal world, right? You already thought about it, which means it already exists, and you already embodying that person through positive thinking and through a constructive thought. So, you have this universe inside of you that you can tap into, your potential that you can tap into, and and successful people around you. A lot of them, especially at the highest levels, understand this information. So with that being said, utilize it and leverage it to your advantage, and, bridge that gap over to your desired situation. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And until next time, keep going.